Checkpoint understands New Zealand Football will tomorrow announce an investigation into the conduct of coach Andreas Heraf following a formal letter of complaint penned by multiple members of the Football Ferns squad. The letter, which New Zealand Football has refused to release, is understood to detail concerns about Heraf's coaching that date back to a tour to Spain in March. The former Football Ferns captain Andreas Heraf resigned soon after, and the former All Whites coach Fallon says if he was Heraf, he'd be resigning, and New Zealand Football CEO Andy Martin should go too.
I think it's deeper than the coach. I'm very disappointed in what's happened since the Elsham days of Adzed and Fallon and Herbert and Turner. It's gone way down. So I think they've got to have a real look at everything. There you go. I think it's got to be really examined. It could be the final straw, this.
Why has it come to this? How has this happened?
I think it's mainly because we're appointing people who don't know the culture of New Zealand. They haven't got the pioneering spirit. They don't know what the place is like. They don't know the people. And what's more, they don't ask the people.
Yeah, I suppose to be fair, Kevin, you don't need to look far from this conversation to find lots of people that have come from outside New Zealand who have contributed a great deal to New Zealand football.
That's correct, and they've stayed here and worked here. They've not been Johnny-come-latelys where they get a job and then they fly off and then they fail and then they want to come back and so on and so forth. You're looking at people who are putting in long-term work in the country and people who want to stay and improve the football. And the football, it's very popular. We know that it's the #1 participation sport in the country. Now we've got to start standing up and start to win things and do better and compete much better, like we did in the past. It's nothing new. 30 years ago, in the 80s, we had a good side.
What responsibility does the board have if it's come to this?
I think it's massive. I think it's absolutely massive, the appointments. And the amazing thing is, there's more money around. You see more full-time jobs. If you go back to yesteryear, and not too far back, you saw much less support and backing from staff than they've got today. So it's not as if that's the case. It's not the case that they're impoverished. That is not the case. They've got to get organised and start wanting to be a little bit more ambitious.
Is it difficult to recruit jobs like this from overseas? Can New Zealand football match the money that other teams can?
I think that's one of the major problems. I think they should look from within the country and back somebody within the country. They talk about their coaching programmes, their coaching schemes, which cost an arm and a leg to go on, but they don't seem to appoint from within. They always look from without. If Charlie Dempsey had not wanted, to do well, he wouldn't have appointed me to go with John Adzed. And same with Ricky Herbert. Ricky Herbert did well. He came through our seam of players and our success and carried that success on when he got the side. He's a local lad. I was a local lad. I've been here for years. Still am here working. So I think they've got to look within the country. There we go.
What about Andreas Heraf has 2 jobs. He's the coach. He's also the technical director. Does that work for someone to do both those jobs?
Well, the technical director it's one of these new appointments. It's one of these, I suppose, where you set the tone of how we play and what we should be coaching and this, that and the other. And I don't know enough about his background to see whether... I don't think he's ever been to a World Cup final, that's for sure. But the thing is, you've got that, and then he started making appointments. I believe he made the all-white appointment, or certainly recommended that. So he's a massive influence on the game. And if he's lost the support of his team, I can't see him staying in that position, because you need someone there who's got the overall feelings of the game and what kind of tactics we're going to play and who we're going to employ and so on and so forth. It's a big position, technical director.
What do you think is the problem with his coaching? Is it just those comments about the negative comments after the Japan game, or is it something about the broader style of his coaching?
I've not actually seen him work, but I've spoken to people within the inner sanctum, and they said that a lot of his work it's not so much that, it's an attitude towards the players. If you've got that attitude towards the players which is not right, you're not going to get the players, as I said, won over to your side, no matter what tactics and what formation you're talking about, or how good your sessions are. I think it's interpersonal dealing with people, and whether you're giving an inspiring message or a negative one, and how you deal with people. A coach is a teacher. He's a teacher. I mean, he's got to teach, but he has to inspire as well. He has to inspire. You can't be a negative teacher. You can't be negative all the time, because people won't get off the backsides and work for you. So it's a very difficult one. If you've lost the players, there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, is there anything he could do to bring them back? What would you do if you were in his position?
What would I do in his position? If somebody wrote a petition and said they didn't want to work for me, if I'd not got the support of the board, I'd resign. There you are. And to me, it's immaterial. I would like, whether he does or he doesn't, what I would like to see is get the team cracking again and get the girls cracking again, and get the attitude. They're one of our national sides. We've got about 4 or 5. We've got the under-17s, under-20s, the Olympic side, the All Whites and the girls, plus the age group positions in the girls. It's very important. It's part of our game. Girls play football. Girls have babies. They have babies. They play football. It's massive. It's massive.
Any thoughts of who might be a good coach instead?
Wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't have a clue. I mean, what they've got to do is look around and see what the best that they've got and then get them cracking. Simple. But it's not working now. It's quite obvious.
That's a former All Whites coach, Fallon, speaking there.